Hi, everybody. Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thanks for joining me for this reading today. Today's reading is for a kitty cat named Nutty. All kinds of good stuff that I have to share. For those of you who are being introduced to me for the first time, my name's Elaine. I'm an Animal Reiki master, and I use the traditions of Reiki through meditation primarily to help people make healing connections with animals. That's the animals that are in their life right here and now, and animals who've crossed to the other side. So I like to do these little readings, complimentary. So if you would like a reading, you email it to me at readformypet@gmail.com. Read with the number 4, mypet@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay, so I like to first do a reading for with some evidence to help show that I ask for evidence to help human companion know that we're really making a connection. In this case, with Nutty, a beautiful kitty cat, and also from what I call the animal collective. So all this time, all the animals that I've had the honor of working with, they share insights with me, helpful insights, because they want us to heal. They want us, and we'll talk about what it really means to heal in a minute. They want us to overcome some of the heartbreak that we have when our little fur baby soulmate has crossed to the other side. So let's get to it with a reading for Nutty. So Nutty, this beautiful little kitty, don't ask me why. So I give this information back to you guys unfiltered as it comes through to me, as I receive the information in my little brain. I share it with you, and I was prompted to put on my Saturday sweatshirt today, which says hot dog. And I was thinking that the reading today would be for a dog when I felt that. So we got my little heart with my hot dog. Uh, but this is for Nutty. It's absolutely Nutty who came through. So Nutty's mama, if you want to tell me if this means anything, whether the hot dog or the heart, not even sure why I was inspired to do that, but I always share when I am. Also, the lady in red. Oddly, I picked up a red marker today to do my automatic writing. Not one of my usual things to do. I have my favorite pens that I like to write with, and I always say that my pen and my paper are extensions of source, extensions of my connection to God, source, universe, the other side, our animals, and I let the pen do the writing for me. So I don't normally write with a red marker. So does that mean anything to you? Lady in red came through very clearly. Let's see, what else did Nutty have to share? I may have to put on my glasses. Something about an acorn, playing with an acorn, multiple acorns. Did she chew an acorn? I couldn't get a sense of the acorn other than batting the acorn around the way that sometimes kitty cats do when they play with a toy. Pennies from heaven. That particular saying came through to me. Now, you guys know that I believe that our animals send us signs all the time. We just need to open our eyes and ears and look for them, and heart and mind, and look for the signs. Expect them. And a lot of the times, the signs that come through are coins. Coins are a very easy way to get our attention. We'll find them in the most unusual spaces. So look for pennies from heaven, whether it's that saying that is meaningful to Nutty, or whether she wants you to look for a sign from her finding pennies in the most unusual space. Maybe it's both. Then what came through was something about static electricity. And I know that all of us who have had animals in our home have probably experienced that time when you get a little zing, right? And it's just because they're little fur bodies, and our homes, and especially in the wintertime, and or if it's dry, you get that little zip. Well, I got this strong sense from Nutty, and it was just a very strong, like a zip right on the nose. And was there a particular time that you guys did that was more shocking than another, that you'll remember the incident when you had that little static electricity? And that's one of the signs that she sends you. So Nutty sends you signs all the time through static electricity. And you can please let me know in the comments if you've noticed that, whether it's been more common than normal, that she's sending you those signs. And oh, that it's going to be when you least expect it. She's going to send you that little shock when you least expect it. That's when you're going to know that it's her. The sweatshirt I already talked about. Oh, cats. Let's talk about cats in general. So one of the things that Nutty's mom and many of you asked me about is, there's a sense of deep guilt and regret about suffering that they may have experienced at the end of their life. So suffering is a very human word, by the way. This comes through loud and clear from all of the animals. They don't see it as suffering. Let's talk about cats in particular. We can talk about dogs at another time because it's sometimes a little bit different. Cats choose their life. I can't say it any more plainly than that. Every cat who I've ever connected with, and there have been so many, Freddie and Buddy and Jasper and Humphrey, they are so clear in expressing to me that cats choose their life. We all know, if anybody who's ever had a cat share their home, they are incredibly independent. And if we try to impose our will on them, we know how they just respond back to us with different behaviors, letting us know very plainly and very clearly that they have their own preferences and their own choices. No cat will stay beyond the time that they choose to stay. Many cats will go and hide when it's their time to leave. Many cats just up and leave when it's their time to leave. They they're so independent and so self-aware that they will not suffer. They will not experience any kind of agony. You can release yourself of that guilt because our cats will choose, and they know how to. I'm not a veterinarian, guys, so I can only give you what comes through to me from them, from a spiritual sense. Animals are very spiritual beings, that they know how to manage their pain. They know how to, that's not even the best way to phrase it. They know how to manage whatever health situation comes up for them. And they will often they choose to stay with you. They choose to stay with you for as long as they possibly can if they have the sense that you need them in some way. And only when they absolutely, when it's time, they will cross when they're ready. So cats, please, for everyone who knows this, for everyone who has a cat as an animal companion, you know their independence. And you can trust that they are very well aware of their lives and when it is time to stay and when it's time to go. And all animals who have ever shared our home, they are our lifetime. They are forever. They're forever. And they're with us forever. And I'm not 100% sure where this is going. They're safe in our hearts forever and ever and ever. And they come back to us again and again and again. And we will see them again. And we'll see them again, maybe in another form here in this lifetime, or when we get to the Rainbow Bridge. The Rainbow Bridge, this place that our little human mind has concocted because we can't wrap our heads around where our animals go. They're there waiting for us, and we will connect with them again. They're with us forever. We've made agreements with each other that we will be each other's forever partners. And that's why it hurts when they leave. And why don't dogs live longer? Why don't cats live longer? Something that came through in a reading earlier this week, a private reading that I did for one of my clients, was from a cat. And the cat said, I have it here somewhere, but the cat said, for every one day of your life, it's 21 days for me. So even in the linear time frame of that we humans have also created, cats live a full and complete life in that time frame. But I'm getting off topic here. Okay, so let's see. What else did we want to say about that? They don't suffer. They choose their life. Nutty wants you to know something about your nutrition. That's come up a couple times this week also. So I always take that as a sign that it's a message meant for us, that there's something about nutrition, something off in your nutrition that needs to be shifted in some way. A message that came through from Jasper earlier this week was for everyone, was about kind of improving the types of foods that we put into our bodies, that a lot of the reasons that our animals have an illness is because of nutrition, and that's not said with judgment. We do the best that we possibly can, that we know how, but I'm getting a message that we need to shift not only our nutrition, but the nutrition of the animals who share our homes with us. Okay, again, off topic. Let's get back to Nutty, something about food. That was the actual word that came up, was food. and your nutrition. Also, oh, that animals have a spiritual side, and Nutty wants to remind you that there were times when she might have sought solitude, and to just respect that. For those of you who do still have cats in your home, they are very spiritual, and they like to have their solitude moments. So we just kind of go with the flow of that. All right, let's see what else came through. Oh, separation is only temporary. This started to come through with the message from the animal collective. Besides suffering, there's how do we overcome the grief? And I should say this, guys, this reading is for Nutty. I promise you, I have all of your names here. I have so many readings to do. I promise to get to all of them. Benny and Penny and Destiny and Pumpkin. Destiny comes to mind in particular because I understand the level of grief, fresh grief after an animal crosses to the other side. But Guinness and Squeaks, I've got you all here. I know, and I'll be doing readings for all of you. But there is no getting over it. I personally dislike that saying when people say you'll get over it, it'll just take some time. No, you'll never get over it. I have my Jack, my Lucy, my Winston, Jake, all the animals who have ever shared my life, Bailey, they all are part of my heart. And I won't ever get over it. I won't ever move on. But I've learned how to adapt. I've learned how to adjust. I've learned how to heal and ease the pain and kind of take that grief. And there's times when I'll cry so hard about one or the other. Something will come to my mind, something will happen, some little sign, and it brings them right to my mind and it's fresh all over again. But I just lean into it. I lean into it. And I know that the reason that I feel that is because I'm holding them forever in my heart. And they're safe in my heart. When I get questions about is my animal companion safe? Now that they've crossed, do they safely make it to the other side? Well, you guys know if you've watched any of my videos, they always safely make it to the other side. They have no sin. They've never been deceitful. There's no purgatory for pets. They go right to the rainbow bridge. They go right to heaven. They go right back into pure positive love. But we keep them safe in our hearts. That's how you know they're safe because they're right there deep inside your heart and they will always be there deep inside your heart. So while sorry, drink of water? No, we're good. While there's no such thing as moving on or getting over it, we can ease the pain. We can recover in whatever way that means for you. And there's no sense of time that we need for grief. There's no prize for getting over it the quickest. No, it's everything. Everything is personal. So I suggest recovering at your own pace, healing at your own pace. Watch these videos, read books. There's a book called Sacred Send-Offs that I like. There's a book by Gail Pope. I tried to find it this morning. I think I lent it to someone. But the author is Gail Pope, who also does a beautiful job of talking about the grief after pet loss. If you look at the description for this channel, in the introduction, I include lots of resources if you need resources to help manage the grief that you're feeling. Some things that I've suggested, actually, this came through today from the Animal Collective, was to write them a letter. Sit down and write them a letter. Write everything. You're not going to hurt feelings. They're right there with you, comforting you. Write them a letter. Talk about how much you miss them. Ask for forgiveness if that's what you need, even though you're immediately forgiven. There's no animal that's holding you guilty for anything. Separation is temporary. I think I already mentioned that, but write them a letter. Tell them you miss them. Tell them you love them. Ask for forgiveness. Talk about your pain. Talk about your grief. Write it all out. Let them help you heal as you write that little letter for them. Was there anything else that I wanted to share? Some love never goes away. Yeah, I wrote that little, some love never goes away. Their love never goes away. You guys know that connection that we have with animals. It's because they love us unconditionally. That's why it's so hard. They've never judged us, not 1 second have they ever judged us for our nutrition. Have they ever judged us for our hair? Have they ever judged us for what we did or didn't do, if we won or if we lost. Nope. In fact, they're right there for us. I don't know where that just came from. I'm thinking about losing a baseball game, losing a football game, and a child and a dog that's there right for them to comfort them. I get a sense about Nutty too. Nutty did an awful lot of comforting for you. I've just got this beautiful picture of her comforting you with a soft purr, with a comfort, with a hug, with letting you squeeze her so hard, to help you manage through some other little event that happened. Okay, so that's what I have for today. A little bit all over the place, but sometimes that's the way the messages are. And I just share the things that come through to my heart. And I hope that the message from Nutty is helpful for you. And I hope that the message we receive from the animals on the other side of life, at least helps somebody manage through the issues and the things that are going on after the loss of an animal companion. All right, for now, until our next reading, may animals light your way. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.